All right. So yeah, for today's session, I did plan to focus a little bit more on breathing than I usually do. But we'll still do the first half with movement, just to get the body going a little bit, to arrive in the body, and then in the second part, drop into some breathing exercises and also some inputs on why it might be useful and helpful to make breathing an active practice as well, and not only just the stretching of the body. So take a moment to arrive. I invite you to just lay on your back or sit comfortably, whatever suits you right now, and close your eyes for a moment. And as you close your eyes, take a few deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Allowing the shoulders to relax, allowing the jaw to relax, allowing your forehead to relax. And simply arrive here in this room. Noticing any sounds or smells. And without getting too caught up, just allow whatever you notice to be. Come in closer, arriving on your mat or on the floor underneath you. Notice the surface underneath. Notice the texture of the surface underneath you. Is it soft? Is it hard? Is it cold? Or is it warm? And again, without getting too caught up, just let whatever you notice right now, let it be. And then arrive even closer in your body. Notice any sensation in the body that is present right now. Maybe you sense a tenseness somewhere. Maybe you feel softness. Maybe you feel that you're holding on to your legs or to a muscle somewhere. And yet again, without holding on to whatever you observe, just let it be. Let it have its space. And then slowly start to move your body. If you're sitting, just follow any natural impulse to move around a little bit. If you're laying on the floor, you can stretch your arms, maybe drawing a leg in towards your belly. There's no right or wrong movement. And take another full breath in through the nose and exhale out through the mouth. Slowly opening your eyes and finding your way onto all fours. Hands and knees on the floor. And just start with a couple of circles around your wrists. Fingers nicely spread on the floor. But keep the hands soft. Keep the elbows soft and the shoulders soft. And then change direction. And allow the breath to float freely. And then send your hips back, tucking your toes, even pressing your hands a little bit into the mat to push your hips further back. Take a few gentle side bends from left to right. And then walk your hands all the way to the left side, finding a long line with your right arm, finding a stretch from your right hip all the way into your right fingertips. The forehead can come down to the floor, to the mat. And take a full breath here, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Slowly walking your hands over to the other side, to the right side. Reach out far away with your left hand. Sit your left sit bone back and stretch that left side. Take another full breath in through the nose here. Fully exhale out through the mouth. And walk it back to center. From all fours, bring your right foot forward next to your hand. And shift your weight a little bit back and forth. Sinking your left hip down as you move forward. And extending your right leg as you move your hips backwards. Maybe even flexing the foot, drawing the toes towards you to find a nice stretch in the back of the leg. And as always, when there's a spot that calls you to rest and breathe in for a couple of breath cycles, please feel free to do so. It's your practice and your body. So use my words as guidance. And then bring that right leg back, tabletop, and step your left foot forward. Same movement back and forth, slow and mindful in a way that feels nurturing to you, that feels good for your body. Stay soft in your hands, stay soft in your hips. And if there's a spot that calls you to slow down and stay for a moment to listen a little bit closer, then be there, fully, feeling and listening. Next time you are forward, bring your left knee back and then sit back onto your toes or onto your heels, toes tucked. Take a couple of circles with your shoulders. Stay soft here with your movement. Change direction. And notice what's going on in there. Maybe do one at a time. Right shoulder first and follow with the left. And start taking the spine into that movement as well. If it gets too intense for the toes, you can come up, take the weight a little bit out of the toes, but keep the toes stretched if possible. And come back to stillness for a moment. Close your eyes. Let your shoulders hang heavy and relaxed, and just observe the sensations in your shoulders. And then slowly push your hands into the mat in front of you and come onto your feet. Come into a low squat and just move a little bit from side to side. Waking up the soles of the feet, stretching the soles of the feet. Keep the hands down and then send your hips up as high as you can without letting go of the hands from the floor. And from that position, extend one leg a little bit more. Find a beautiful stretch through the back leg. Bend it again and stretch the other leg. Do that one more time. Stretch and lengthen the first leg. Soft hands on the floor. Bend and extend the second. And then find a position in your forward fold with your legs that feels good, so that you can let your head and your neck relax. Let everything hang, maybe even shake your shoulders out. Shake your head a little bit left and right, up and down. And see if you can allow the weight of your skull, of your head, to pull your vertebrae a little bit away from one another. From here, bring your hands onto your hips, bend the knees, and flatten your back as you look gently forward. Take a breath here, breathing in, and exhale to fold again from the hips. Letting the shoulders, head relax, hands come to the floor. Breathing halfway lift again. Hands can come onto the knees this time. Lengthen. And exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Arms float out to the side. And exhale, push down to stand up. Come into standing position. Connect the feet to the floor. Observe both feet, the soles of the feet connected fully with the ground underneath you. Soft knees. Hands relaxed alongside your body, palms facing out. And take a full breath in as you reach your arms up overhead. Reach your hands higher, higher, higher. Maybe even come onto your tiptoes for a little balancing challenge here. And on an exhalation, bring palms together, heels down, hands in front of your heart. Make light fists with your hands and give your chest muscles a little tap. Saying hello to our lungs. Take the right across to the left shoulder. Not just that part, the soft part in front of the shoulder. And then bring the left hand across, tapping the right. Bring your fingertips now on top of the chest and tap your whole rib cage. Not only the front, the sternum, but also the side, maybe even the back. Do another round. Cover the whole rib cage. Saying hello to the lungs. And relax. Take a moment, arms by your side. Close your eyes and just notice the sensation. Notice if there's a tingling sensation going on. Maybe there's a little bit more warmth happening there now. And then from this position, soften the knees again and start lightly bouncing your body. Allow the shoulders and the arms to be relaxed. And bounce a little bit more, maybe even lifting the heels off the ground and tapping them to the floor each time you lower. Sending some vibrations through the bones, through your skeleton. And then soften again. Shoulders relaxed, arms relaxed. Bounce heavier and allow your arms to flop. Shake your arms actively now as well. Allow the hands to be soft, to be floppy. Like you would want to get some water or anything gross off of you. Bring your arms up, still bouncing with the knees also. And then make that shaking a little bit more. Shake it more and more. Shake even more. Sound effects are optional. And relax. Stand still, close your eyes. And observe the energy running through your body. I would like to, now that the body is warm and activated and moved, I want us to drop into a little bit of an exploration of the breath. And right now with this whole COVID situation going and everything being about the lungs and people having a hard time breathing, I think it's even more important that we start becoming aware of the importance of our breath and the fact how easy it is to actually work with our breath actively on a regular basis. Different than a yoga class. We don't have to have a mat or anything to breathe. We literally just need our body. And that's it. And some air would be a good thing to have as well, in order to be able to breathe. And one thing why it is so important to work with the breath and to work the lungs is the fact that way too many of us have forgotten the proper way of breathing, the deep way of breathing. We tend to breathe very shallow in the top part of the lungs, and not really taking in a lot of air. And when we do the breathing practices, we train the diaphragm, our major breathing muscle, to work again. And through the diaphragm working properly, there's so much more that's happening as well, that would go beyond this short session now. But I would love to one day hopefully get more into this and have a little workshop
style class or something where we can really dive into this. But for now, I just want to kick out some exercises so that you can experience it, that you can explore it, and hopefully take some of it away to practice on your own at home. So we already warmed up the body, we got a little bit of movement going. The evening usually is not so much an issue because you've been moving all day anyway already. In the morning, it's really helpful to do a little bit of movement, stretching and opening before you do any breathing practices. And before we do an actual breathing practice, I want to do a little funny, silly exercise that is preparing the actual breathing muscles for, well, not the breathing muscles, but everything that's related to the breath. So I invite you to come onto your knees. Sitting on your knees, you can put your hands in front of you. And what we're gonna do is called lion's breath. And it's silly, but it's also very powerful. I can't see you, nobody's gonna see you, you're alone in your room, so you actually really don't have to worry about anything, and you can go as nuts as you want with this. And the stronger you make this exercise and the moves, and I'm gonna show you in a second, the more effect it's gonna have. So you're gonna breathe in and make a sour face. So think of biting into a lemon. So you just make a tiny little tight ball with your face as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, you're gonna stick out your tongue to touch the tip of the chin with the tip of the tongue, or as close as you can. And you're gonna cross your eyes to look over your nose. So you cross your sight over the tip of your nose. I'm going to show you once so that you've already seen me silly. And then I'm going to guide you through 3 cycles of that breath. So breathe in deeply, tighten the face, and then as we exhale, you stick out your tongue, you roar like a lion, and you cross your eyes. Best practice, if you can coordinate, is when you stick the tongue out and you cross your eyes down, that you look up in the same time. What that does is it activates all of the muscles in your face, which are directly linked to your vagus nerve, which is responsible for your healing mode and for your restorative resting mode. So place your hands in front of your knees. Take a full breath in as you tighten up your face. And as you breathe out, exhale it out. Take another breath in. And exhale. One more full breath in. Tighten your face. And as you exhale, stick out your tongue. Cross your eyes. And if you can, look up. And take a moment, sit back on your heels. Relax your hands on your lap. And take a moment to feel into the face, the muscles in your face, but also the sensation along the throat. And maybe even the spaciousness and the sensation in your chest cavity around your lungs. And allow whatever energy you just moved to get settled again. And then slowly open your eyes again. And the next exercise that we're going to do is called Brahma Mudra. And this has been one of my favorites since this summer. It is so soothing. It works with a very gentle breathing pattern, and it incorporates movement of the head and the neck in order to also stimulate the vagus nerve again, but also relax the muscles around the neck, which are so often so tense, which gives the body a sense of that there is a threat or stress happening. So we want to give those muscles as much relaxation as possible. And this combines like movement, it combines breath and the toning of the vagus nerve eventually as well. Plus, we include a nice little mudra, which is set to give us power and power over seeing the things for what they are. In English translation, they also call this one the lighthouse breath. The mudra is going to look like this. So you're going to place the thumb into your palm and gently close it with your fingers. And then take a gentle Arnold Schwarzenegger kind of pose, but soft and gentle. And while you rest your knuckles on top of one another, you can actually relax your arms. And just by this counteraction here, you should be able to let your hands relax. We're going to do a breathing pattern of four times 4. Breathing in for 4. It's actually not true, sorry. Breathing in for 4, taking a quick pause of 1 or 2, and then exhaling for 4 again. Breathing in is always going to happen as we look up, or as we initiate the movement from the center, and breathing out always happens back to center. Looking up first, back down, and then looking left, back to center, looking right, back to center, and looking down, back to center. Trying not to move your shoulders so that the movement really just comes from your neck. And yeah, if you feel that the pattern is too fast or too slow, you're more than welcome to find your own rhythm. Just try to equalize inhalation and exhalation. So let's get ready together. Take your mudras, bring the knuckles together in front of your solar plexus. Allow the elbows and the shoulders to relax. Sit comfortably, that's very important, so that your spine can sit upright or can be upright. And then close your eyes. Exhale fully and completely. Breathe in through the nose for 1, 2, 3, 4. Look up. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center. Inhale left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. Exhale center. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center. Inhale, look down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. Exhale, look up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, look up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, look down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale left. 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale back to center. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale center. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, look down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, look up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep going in your own rhythm. Find your length of the breath. Make sure that you keep your shoulders relaxed, that you keep your jaw relaxed. Keep your breathing soft. There's no need to force it. Not in this particular exercise. Now let's do one more round on our own. And after your next round finished, you can release your hands down onto your knees. Keep your eyes closed. Then either stay here in the seated position or lay down for a few minutes to allow the breathing practice to integrate. Allowing your feet to relax, your shoulders to relax as you lay on the floor. If you stay seated, just relax your shoulders and belly. And follow the natural rhythm of your breath. Just observe. Observe any sensation in the body. And just like we did with the exercise at the very beginning, or the centering practice at the beginning, whatever you notice, don't cling to it or try to make sense of it or try to label it. Just let it be. The fact that you just became aware of it is enough for now. Just giving it space to be. And then as you're laying down, for those who are seated, find your way onto your back now as well. I want you to place your feet onto the floor so that your knees are pointing up. And then just let the knees come towards one another. The feet can be a little bit wider than hip width so that your legs can fully relax and that your lower back is connected to the floor so that there is no tension in your lower back as you lay here. And then bring your hands onto your belly. Allow the weight of your hands to connect to the soft tissue of the belly. And start sending your breath into your hands. With each inhalation, letting the belly expand. Pressing into your hands. And with each exhalation, allowing the weight of the hands to sink into the softness of your belly. Breathing in, slow and gentle. Allowing just the belly to expand into your hands. And as you exhale, allow it to soften again. Keep going in your own rhythm. And notice if your shoulders or your jaw is starting to tense up. And whenever you notice it, allow the tension to soften with each exhalation again. Full breaths in and full and complete breaths out. Now bring your hands to the side of your rib cage. The thumbs going backwards underneath or towards your spine, and the other 4 fingers wrapping around the front ribs. And now try to send your breath out into your hands, allowing the ribs to flare out. With each in-breath, feel the pressure of your ribs into your hands. And with each exhalation, feel them sinking in closer towards one another again. Breathing in, allow the ribs to press into your hands, pushing them a little bit to the side. Exhale, allow them to sink back into their first position. Take a few more conscious rounds of inhalation and exhalation. Try to breathe into your full lung capacity. And exhale fully and completely, keeping a softness in your movements as you can. Keeping an equal pace of inhalation and exhalation. Noticing if there is any tensing up in the body. And allow any tension that you observe to relax with each exhalation. And now bring your hands or one hand on top of your chest. The other hand can rest on the floor, on the belly even. And then send your breath into your hand that is resting on your chest. Again, full and soft inhalations so that the sternum lifts and presses into your hand, lifting it away from the floor. Full and complete exhalations as the sternum sinks back towards the heart, towards the floor. And really try to isolate the breath into that part of your body. If you have your other hand on your belly, you can notice whether there is expansion happening there as well. Try to avoid that for now. And really breathe only into the chest, but with full, complete inhalations and exhalations. I'm going to take a moment, rest your hands by your side. Maybe you extend your legs out in front of you. Maybe you keep the legs where they're at, whatever feels comfortable for you, and just take a moment to let your breath flow freely again. And become the observer of your breath as it happens spontaneously. Also observe any sensation in the body, maybe thoughts that are coming up. Give them space for a moment to be there. And allow whatever you notice to just be and slip away again as you don't hold on to it. Now bring your feet up again so that you take any stress out of your lower back. And so that the belly is really soft. If you have your legs extended, there's a stretch happening in your belly. So there's less expansion that you can do this way. So it's nice to have your knees bent. So for this next round, I want you to connect all the three parts, belly, side of the ribs, and the chest, into one breath cycle. Breathing into the belly, breathing further into your ribs, and then further into your chest. And exhale from the chest, through the ribs, through the belly, letting the air sip out. Breathing in, filling the belly first, expanding further into your ribs, up into the sternum, chest region. And exhale from the top, chest, middle ribs, bottom belly. Do that a couple more times, a few more times in your own rhythm. Maybe notice that if you fill the belly already completely with air, there's little space for expansion in the ribs and the sternum. So maybe breathe in to up to 40 or 50% into the belly. Take another 20 into your side ribs. And then complete it with the sternum. And fluidly breathing out, sternum, ribs, belly, letting it all go. Breathe in, belly, side ribs, chest. Exhale fully and completely. Chest, ribs, belly. Continue in silence on your own. Allow any unnecessary tension to wash away with your exhalations. And after your next exhale, allow your breath to flow freely again. Extend your legs. And find your way into a relaxation pose, a resting pose. Allowing the energy that you just moved to integrate into your body. And allow your body to simply be for the next few minutes as you lay here. And slowly start taking deeper breaths back into your body. Move your hands and your feet. Or maybe stretch the arms up over your head. Maybe you take one knee in towards the chest and then the other. Follow any natural impulse that the body gives you to move. If it gives you any. It's a good chance your body doesn't want to move right now. And that's totally fine too. Maybe turn yourself over to one side. Laying in your fetus position for a breath or two before you gently push yourself up into a seated position again.
And take a moment, bring the palms together in front of your heart. Close your eyes and pull the corners of your mouth up towards your ears, giving yourself a big smile of gratitude to drag yourself onto the mat. Give yourself some love and some appreciation that you took time for yourself. Bring the thumbs up towards your forehead, look up, give thanks to whatever was guiding you and inspiring you from above. Bring the thumbs to your heart center, your sternum, giving thanks to whatever was guiding and supporting you from within and around. And then lower your hands down, open your palms, giving thanks to whatever was supporting you, nurturing you, and guiding you from below. Thank you very much.